Okay, to be sure. Let me see. Literally, we just started and we just opened the tavern and we already have somebody new. Okay. Good mythical morning. It's actually raining today, actually. It's well past noon. It's still morning somewhere. Plus, a wizard doesn't care about things like time. Time's not only relative, but also flexible. Like a gummy worm. One time I've actually tried breaking through the space-time continuum using a loophole through the primordial vortex. And did it work? No. But almost. I would have needed a drip of primordial sea to enhance the curvature, and that should have done it. But no access to the primordial sea. Bummer. I heard it's not very easy to get. Theopractically, it is. Theopractically? Practically in theory. Duh. Ah. That makes sense. I get it. You do? No, actually. That's to be expected. No offense, but you clearly aren't a wizard. And who are you to judge that? Oh, you know, just a reputable wizard myself. Of course, I have a magnificent wizard name, but you can call me Hex. No need to overcomplicate things. Nice to meet you, Hex. Nice to meet you too. Uh, just innkeeper for now. Alright, well then, innkeeper. How about a super wheezy breezy drink for me? Any flavors you might fancy? Maybe something... something that'll make me focus more, and perhaps help me to better understand the primordial vortex. Gotcha. Man, we have an eccentric character the first time we opened the tavern already. Hold on. So, he wants... what does he want? He wants something for the brain. Gotcha. It's either between... actually, yeah, no, it's this one and... nope. We're going with this one. We just need... give me 1 second. I have this on windowed mode, and, like, I don't know what it is. Specifically, this game, I don't like playing it in windowed mode. Hold on, okay. Let me just continue. Okay, now we're good. Because it's so hard to see sometimes when it's, like, such a small window. Anyway. Alright. We need 2 pours of this. 2 and 3 pours of this. 2, 3. There we go. This should boost your focus like nothing else. Amazing. I can already feel the ideas cooking up. I think I figured out a way to get that primordial seawater to... never mind. The explanation would be too complex to grasp, So... what complex reason brings you to my tavern, Hex? Getting away from the other smartest person in Asteria. And who would that be? Does it matter? You tell me. My sister. She's studying and driving me crazy with all her theories. They're so reasonable, you know? No chaos, but there has to be a bit of chaos in everything, doesn't there? I wonder how she gets through life with so much structure. Oh, welcome to my tavern. Structure is the key to everything, young lad. Without structure, there is no chaos, and thus there'd be no entropy. I found entropy to be quite essential in this world. And you are... oh, how rude of me. Top of the morning to you, lad. And to you, innkeeper, is it? Correct. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. I suppose you may call me Scully. My actual living name would be too ancient to be spoken out loud. I'm an archivist. At least I used to be. Now I'm dead. Somewhat. Not completely, obviously. Under mysterious circumstances, I happen to be still conscious. So, you're undead? Precisely. How? Well, I passed on, and then one day I rose from my grave. It was like a long sleep, completely knackered for thousands of years. At least I believe it's been thousands of years. What year is it? 1755? Shit, that's brutally long. So, how did you come back to life? I'm not too sure myself. I woke up and walked on, like nothing had happened. Though, thought to myself, might as well explore the world anew. Those who'd risen with me didn't seem to be inhabited by an independent consciousness. And alas, didn't care. Those who'd risen with you? There are more like you out there? Of course. Undead rarely rise alone. They mostly serve a master. Right. Huh. However, I decided not to bother with that and go my own way. Going south, I passed through Zofort and found a small little tavern. A bit like this one. More nautical in style. They had a lot of fish. I've never been a fan of seafood. Though, I got to listen to a lot of town's gossip. Care to fill me in on that Zofort gossip? Well, apparently, a well-known noble married a commoner and decided to run off with her, leaving the family without an heir. But there's more. Fishermen fear that Zofort has been cursed by a sea witch. They say the docks are being haunted by the lonely animals that stare blankly at the waves and the moon all night. And during the day, they disappear like ghosts. Bit of a weird curse. Fitting for any sea witch or wild sailor's tale. Innkeeper, say, do you have a drink for this undead fella? A drink? And a mop? Just a drink. I won't be needing a mop. If you say so. What would you like? Something that'll loosen up this non-existent tongue. Something full of charm and appeal. Coming right up. Charm and appeal. That would be this one. Sunny Breeze. 2 pours of brain juice. 3 pours of... I don't know how to call this. Crown? Maybe? Ah, I made a mistake. I should have put one pour of the Swift juice. Swift liquid, actually. 1 pour of this first, then 2 pours of this one, and last pour of this one. I think we might need to actually add something. What is the question? I don't remember which one it was. I think it's this one, right? Yep. I keep forgetting that we have those little this little spice stuff, like these little accessories spices, and I have to pour this one and this one. A little more. And finally, this one. Nice. There we go. Okay. A real charmer just for you. Jolly, I feel like I can conquer worlds with my words alone. Oh? Not that I would ever do that. I care more about words than worlds. Archivist things, you know. I spent most of my life reading, sorting, and archiving. That didn't leave a lot of time for dreams of hubris. Are you sure? Academic hubris is a powerful one. Come on now. That type hardly counts. Agreed. It's only natural. Oh, I think you've given me an idea, Bone Man. I did? Yes. If I can enhance the aging process of cells, the incubation procedure could Alright, I gotta go. If my sister asks if you see me, no, you didn't. Thanks, bye. He just leaves like that. Energetic young fellow. Indeed. If you don't mind, innkeeper, I'd like to linger here a bit and enjoy the moment. Of course. Feel free to enjoy the tavern. Hi, Fable. Hey, innkeep. How's it going? All fine and dandy. How about you, Fable? I'm still very busy helping the farmers rebuild their barns and fences. Also, apparently, a bunch have lost their crops due to how hot the stars were. It's terrible. Seeing all this destruction is terrible. Oops, I've never seen anything like this before either. Historically, the Lady of the Gilded Sea never struck me as someone to unleash baneful omens. Apologies, my manners. It's impolite to burst into a conversation just like that. I'm Scully. Fable. Nice to meet you, Fable. Again, my apologies for the impulsivity. That's alright. I was just surprised you could actually talk. Oh, no offense. I just thought, usually... None taken. Usually skeletons don't speak. Usually. But hardly anything is usual these days. My cat likes to always stand on my table while I'm streaming, and literally I have like coffee and drinks everywhere, right? So I bought like coffee and stuff, and like, you know, cat's hair goes everywhere, right? And like he likes to rub on everything. And I have to move my coffee all over the place because I don't want his hair, like, I don't want to drink his hair. So, I mean, the stars fell from the sky. Skeletons might as well speak. There are stranger things in this world. There surely are. Like your drinks and keep. That one really gurgles in my bones. So you already tried one? Indeed. Sometimes they do that. Could you also make me a drinking keeper? I don't want my bones to jingle, but sometimes that it hints my finesse would be nice. You know, you have to be very delicate with zucchini seeds or they'll give up immediately. Of course. Coming right up. One thing about Fable is that she's so adorably innocent. Let's see. I wonder if ever one day I'm going to be able to make these drinks without having to actually look at the notebook. Probably not. My memorization skills suck, so I doubt I can actually remember every single one of these drinks. Okay, let's see. We need to pour 1 pour of this, 1 pour of this, and a whole pour of Swift liquid. I hope this tastes refined enough. This is perfect. You know just what I need, innkeeper. After all, you're my favorite regular. I am? Yes. And you're my favorite innkeeper. Thank you, Fable. So, do you think your farm work will be done soon? Oh, I hope so. Not that I don't like helping them out. I do, but I think the sooner everyone can get back to a normal life, the better. Do you perhaps need a hand? I happen to have 2. Oh. And I might know a thing or 2 about crops and fences. Sure. I could use some help carrying a few things over to Tregorin. My treehouse is just around the corner. Splendid. Sounds like a quite useful endeavor. I'll gladly indulge. Thank you. Innkeep, before we go, I have something I wanted to give you. What do you have for me, Fable? Some dried honey flowers. The farmers didn't know how to thank me, so they gave me these flowers. And you're always so helpful and nice. So I wanted to share them with you. I'm sure you already have at least 4 ideas on how to use them. Thank you very much, Fable. I'll make sure to put them to good use. So you accept donations for ingredients? Certainly. I can only get my hands on so many infusions myself. What about recipes themselves? It's always good to get more inspiration. Wonderful. In my prior life, I had access to a lot of books about magic and potion mixing. I think I still recall my assistant's favorite recipe. Nice. Do you store it under your hat? Of course. Where else would I keep it? I mean, he has nothing to store it. Literally, he's all bones, so... Fair enough. Thank you for the recipe. Innkeeper, thanks for being such a patient and pleasant host. I shall be on my way then with Fable. But I'll be back should I not crumble into a pile of bones from one day to the next. Let's hope not. I won't. I'm just joking around. I hope. I wouldn't want to be responsible for that. Anyways, Innkeeper, thank you so much. You are still the highlight of my day, no matter how dark the night. Aw, thank you. Fable's so sweet. See you around. Let's go, Scully. No time to lose. They're so adorable. I'm glad they made a friendship to bloom. Oh, hey! It's, Kyle and, was it Rhea? I always forget their names. That I was able to witness such rarity in my lifetime. Immaculate. You would even get excited about a rusty nail. Of course I would. Such a splendid chemical process. Metals have a variety of chemical processes. Rust be my least favorite of them. Ruins lots of hard work. Does it now? Yep. Makes everything porous. Porous. Oh. Kyle, Rhea, nice to see you both again. Likewise, dear innkeeper. How's your day been? Can't complain. Had some interesting customers today. Ah, like that one distinguished gentleman who crossed us on our way in. Distinguished? Yeah, gentleman? Don't know. A giant top hat doesn't make you a gentleman. What makes you a gentleman? Manners. He was quite polite, I recall. Greeted me with the tip of his hat. You find everyone polite. Even your slime. But Mr. Slime is quite polite. What a peculiar wall clock you have there. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. From your ex-wife's house. It looks just like the clock in Evelyn's living room. It reminds me of all the times I impatiently waited for her to come home after important meetings and banquets. Do you know if that is her clock, by any chance? I think that might be a story for another time. Let's not worry about it now, shall we? Okay. Say, Innkeep, have you read that letter yet? That'd be a story I'd love to hear right now. Oh yeah, when are we gonna freaking read this letter? Like, I don't even have, like, a choice to read it, because I actually want to read this damn letter. Not yet, no. Tragic. I always loved writing letters. Innkeep, you got a drink for me? Something that'll make me tougher. So I can get through today's babbling. Of course. Oh, gosh. Let me see. What does Rhea normally drink? Let me see. Where is the drink? Frosted Lagoon. One pour of this. One pour of this. And 3 pours of this. Nice. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. A gift of the great dragons. Well, thank you. I gave it my best. Can taste that. I feel sturdy already. I've had my doubts about you, Keep, but I must say, you know your job. So, how's the day been for you two? The usual. Splendid. It was my first day in centuries out under the rays of the sun. So it actually worked? The chimera, what is it? The chimera spit actually worked. And you're no longer burning under the sun. And how did you like it? It's brighter than I thought. The light of the sun, I mean. Ria and I took a day trip to the capital, since I rarely get to see it full of daily life. There were so many people. Too many. Just the right amount for our city. It was so vivid, it almost made me feel alive. And everyone was able to admire my beautiful cape. That reminds me, is this the invisible cape that he wanted to get? Is that the cape? The cape of invisibility? It absolutely is. So it's actually real. I actually thought it wasn't real. How curious. Does that mean you two are going to Barovia now? Huh? Why would we want to go there? Because that's the deal. I help you get your cape. So you can attend the offensive Barovian vampire banquet and I get my gold's worth. Oh, but I got that invitation about 500 years ago. Didn't I mention that? So how... Okay. No? What about me? What about me material then? Well, I can give you the gold right now if you want. Can you accompany me a while longer though? I have a feeling Kyle just doesn't want to leave Ria. I have a feeling, that's all. Fine. And I know Ria doesn't really want to admit it, but I think she actually enjoys Kyle's company. Oh, wonderful. Every second I spend with you brings me tremendous joy. What a great day to be a vampire. I've got my cape back and I can walk under the sun like mortals do. Say, innkeeper, what if you thought of a new drink? One that would taste just as incredible as the gentle and welcoming beams of sunlight feel on your skin. But I do have a drink like that, sunlight breeze, no? That's kind of a vague description, but I think I might have something in mind already. Ah, wonderful. I wonder if my dear Evelyn would desire to walk in sunlight as well. Do you know how she is doing? Do you think I could pay her a visit? You shouldn't. I should. The air smells like reconciliation. Do you think that's a good idea? It ain't. It is. Kyle, you've stolen your cape. Do you think she'll greet you with open arms? You know what I'd do if my ex-husband stole my hammer? What? Take it and smash it all he holds dear. No one takes what's mine. River's in love with Kyle. I knew it. But the cape is mine. Is she of the same opinion, you think? Oh, maybe you're right. It would be a shame to lose my cape again. All she'd have to do is ask. Oh, my undead Evelyn. I don't know. I think Kyle is a bit naive. Like, he likes being with Ria, but then, like, I think he's, like, oblivious. I feel like. There's never been a wish of hers I turned down. Yeah, because that's your ex-wife. And I wouldn't to this day. I don't want to have whatever you have with her. Oh, Ria's jealous. I lose my mind. Well, yeah, I know. Oh, how much I miss her, my heart is aching. Shut up, Kyle, you're gonna make Ria angry. If that's all. Maybe one day she'll reach out to me. I still miss her dearly. I shall miss her even more looking toward the mountain's peak, knowing she's merely a gasp away. Jesus God. Maybe a drink could help for now. Oh, would you do that? A drink for me? Of course. Something strong, please, dear innkeeper, so that my heart may stop aching soon. Oh my god. Poor Ria. I swear. Ria has to, like... I know she's, very, gloomy and, keep your feelings to yourself type of thing. But, I think Kyle is very naive and oblivious, so I think, if she likes him, I think she needs to, voice it out properly. And I'm telling you, Kyle is just extremely oblivious. I think he likes her, I think he likes Ria too, though. But it's just, he's very oblivious. It's almost as if he wants to spend time with her, but then, he doesn't realize his own feelings. So, I'm very interested to know, what's gonna happen in their relationship. One pour of this, and then one pour of this, and the rest is this. There we go. Come. I can't mend your broken heart, but perhaps this helps. It does. Thank you, dear innkeeper. Why don't you tell the innkeep more about your day, Right. I suppose I wasn't done yet. Or was I? Your trip to the capital, busy streets, bustling with people? Roots. Roots? Roots. We admired the roots that enclosed the city almost like a rampart. I finally had the chance to take a closer look. Quite fascinating. For once, gotta agree. Almost made me believe the myths are true. Myths? Myths. I've told you. Rumor has it these are the roots of the Aether Tree. Breaking through the surface and taking hold of Gaia, where they guard the capital. Oh. Ah, yes. A very good defense plan indeed. What is Wood going to do to protect the city? A city's protected with stone. Typical dwarf. Oh. I was never very involved in fortification efforts. I figured. Oh. Oh. We've also met the lovely Seraph again. How are her investigations coming along? Very well. She seems eager and determined. A detective spirit. Believe the last made her way to Dalwell. She seems to be onto something. I can't wait to hear the story when she returns. Likewise. Say, Ria, can we go to town and check out the antiques dealer? Oi. Why? I want to see if I can find any keepsakes from the old times. You can tell Ria smoldering with jealousy right now. She hates it when he keeps mentioning, like, his past, like, it's almost like he keeps mentioning, like, Evelyn, and it's, God. Kyle is so oblivious. Very well, then. But you won't munch on the shopkeep, will you? Of course not. I'm well satiated from the innkeeper's creation. All right, then. Let's go. Goodbye, innkeep. Enjoy your shopping spree. Poor Ria. Oh, a new customer. That dog is so cute. Well met, venture. Do my eyes deceive me? Minthy, in the flesh. Hello, darling innkeeper. It's good to see you again. It certainly has been a while. Must be hitting that 15-year mark, right? It'll be 25 years soon, actually. Ah, you know how I am when it comes to keeping track of time spans longer than a decade. I'm well aware. Good that you have me to drop in from time to time to remind you, I couldn't be more grateful. Especially when you bring Casket and Kane along. Do cute service beasts still get a discount here? Always. So what's brought you back to the area? It's not your usual haunt. No, I generally prefer something more... moist. Ha, not the word I'd have used. But something akin to that. It's decidedly too arid around these parts for my tastes. And here I thought I would get to at least enjoy the recent downpour. But no. The stuff that came pouring down was unique. That's one way to put it. Destructive is another, and possibly more accurate. But I'm glad to see that your tavern hasn't suffered the same fate as many of the streets and buildings I saw on my way here. Admittedly, the journey was already quite challenging to navigate with my wheelchair for before. Though the scenery has always been worth the struggle. But no, I'm afraid it was impossible to take in much enjoyment from the passing landscape. Not when I had to pay so much attention to not endanger myself and my sweet service beast. You've told me of your struggles with traveling before. I'm sorry to hear that recent events have made it worse. Oh well, we're here now, aren't we? And I do have to say, Using the primordial vortex as a way to skip your veranda stairs is a marvelous accessibility touch. Quite the impressive work, my friend. I'm glad to hear that my little spells are doing their job. I hope the cities will put similar care into their rebuilding streets. Flatter cobblestones would do wonders for many people like me. But believe it or not, I didn't come all this way to talk about the development of inclusivity in urban infrastructure. No, really? Shocking, right? I'm here in the hunt, one could say. What do you have your eyes on? Protection pearls. I've heard a few hushed whispers in my library. Folks say the pearls appear in the Lonesome Lagoon this time of year. Ah, those again. Good hunting, then. Thank you. Though, while the pearls might be my main objective, I haven't decided to come to town with only a singular purpose. I need to ask you for something, innkeeper. A good drink? No, my manuscript, darling. I believe 25 years should have been enough time to proofread it, yes? Ah, of course. I finished devouring the manuscript almost as soon as you gave it to me. It just took me a while to recall doing so, you see. Since it's been so long since I definitely got done with that. Lovely. I'm glad I have such a reliable old friend to proofread my work. Would you like a drink while I try to engage my brain cells and remember where I put it? If you're offering, I'd be pleased to accept. Perhaps something to refresh my mind after my journey. I'll do my best. What does she want? A brain. She wants a brain. I need to get... Actually, that is the one that she needs. Okay, 2 of these, and the rest is this one. I thought very hard about making the perfect drink for you. I've missed this. Good to see your mixing skills haven't diminished one bit. In fact, I think I might be coming up with an idea for a new story. Let me note this down real quick. Take your time. So, well, I enjoy your mixology, no matter what you put in front of me. I'd enjoy it even more if you could recall the location of my very precious manuscript. You know, the one I lovingly worked away at for almost a half century whilst my library came to be? Certainly. It should be just below this pile. No, wait, I must have put it over there, actually. Alright, given this ongoing battle with your organizational habits, it might take you a bit longer to recover it. And I have some pearls to get to. So how about this? I'll return in around 7 days, and then I can tell you all about my pearl hunt in exchange for my manuscript. My proofread manuscript. That would be helpful. Good. It was nice seeing your weary face again, innkeeper. Likewise, Minty. Have a safe and pearlful journey. Huh. I'll try. Seven days should be enough to read the manuscript, right? Let's see. What is the... A stranger has come to town. He likes plum crepes and a spooky armor. To be hunting the west. Undead snails are being accused of eating crops. This apparently poses a problem. It was wrapped in roots received by the divine. According to him, in ancient times, these are roots of the eighth tree. A wrathful spirit burned the drowning man and woman. Deeper than the gravel map hides along lost treasures and terrifying bleaks. So for its docks, her popular viewpoint for animals interested in a nighttime vista. Surely only a sea witch can be responsible for this. There is a slight unrest in Roseville Fort. Rumor has it. Someone's bound to know something about the missing familiars. Bleak stalkers, though the verdict is still out on their cuteness level. Shivering your head to Mary Morgan, a little spirit prone to dreading anyone and everything in between. Trying to see. The factor's key still not available. Oh god. I just woke up not too long ago. My brain is not braining right now. A banshee's haunting the lonesome lagoon. A lagoon is water, right? So... I don't think so. Nope. So for docks are properly put for animals interested in nighttime vista. Water. Maybe this one. And Burbank Shiver Me, this one, maybe? Nope. My brain is not braining right now. This is too, I'm too, like... Deep within the gravel neck, high long-lost treasures. Though the verdict is still out. A stranger has come to town. He likes plum crepes and spooky armor. Zoford. Okay. A scandal in Zoford. The lively port city of Zoford is known not only for its docks, but also for its large community of mages. Lately, there seems to be something mysterious going on there. The familiars of several archmages have gone missing, and are nowhere to be found. But it's a big city. There must be someone who knows something. Could their disappearance be related to the tale of the sea witch who cursed Zoford's docks? Nice. Alright. Tavern is closed for the day. Act 2, Starlight Sonata, Part 9, Crossing the Threshold, 5th of the Astral Moon. Good morning, Fable. Morning, Innkeeper. Could you please make me a drink? I need something to wake me up and help me feel agile again. Of course, Fable. Just a moment. I'm guessing you want the Swift one, right? Yep, you always get the Swift. One pour of this. One pour of this. And finally, a pour of this. Thank you. I feel much better already. Long night? Very. Turns out there were a lot of farmers who needed help. Regret offering it? Not at all. I really enjoy being able to help people. Before I just used to wish I could help, but I never felt competent enough to try. It's fun to try. A bit exhausting at times, but I think I much prefer this over waiting around. I still could use a bit more practice, though. That's fair. Just make sure you also practice taking breaks. You'll have much easier time helping other people if you're not close to passing out yourself. That's what I have your drinks for. My drinks are not a gateway to burnout. I admire your kindness, Fable, but you too should fall under the umbrella of people you're being kind to. I mean, I am pretty good at falling. You're pretty good at a lot of things. I try. I know. Stay and have a rest now, okay? Okay. Thank you. Welcome. Good day to you, innkeeper. Good day to you too, adventurer. Yes, an adventurer. That is what I am indeed. I come here seeking a drink. What a coincidence, I do happen to have some of those in stock. What can I get you? What kind of drinks do adventurers usually get? Whatever drink they desire. Then, well, I could do with something that tastes good. Of course. Perhaps something that could protect me from my foes? Defense is the base of every adventurer's skill set, is it not? Possibly. Let's try it out. Alright. Defense. Oh, I just passed it. Okay, a little bit of this. A little bit of this. And finally, everything of this. No, yes. That means I've fudged up. I have to actually, yeah, I just realized I have to add the thing. I have to add the thing. I have to add the thing. Okay, so we need... Yeah, add this. Add 1 pour of this. And all pours of this. Nice. What great protection against your foes, now for half the price. Thank you so very kindly. Do you like it? Well, yes, of course. Then you should say so. I apologize, I forgot to do the thing where you say your words out loud. I get that. Now that you've acquired a drink, take care to introduce yourself. How incredibly rude of me to forget. I am Gustave Archibald Richmond III, son of Lord Gustave Albert Richmond II and Lady Dorothea Bridget the 27th. An up-and-coming hero from Winmore. And who might you be? The up-and-coming innkeeper of Zenith. Happy to have you here. And I'm Fable, of the Ashen Grove. You're Fable? Yes? Is that a bad thing? The Fable that saved Tregrin from werewolves? The very same. Wow, what an incredible pleasure it is to meet you. I've heard so many things about you. Good things, I hope? Of course. They say your skills with the bow single-handedly saved the village from 2 bloodthirsty werewolves. I wouldn't phrase it quite like that. They are very good with the bow. Incredible. I wish I possessed such spectacular skills. They spoke of you helping with the aftershocks of the Starfall as well. I mean, that's a given. I need to help out when I can. You truly have the heart of a folk hero. How admirable. What about you, Lord Gustave Archibald Richmond III? What are you the hero of? Well, I'm, currently leaving my backstory era. I'm in the first act, so to speak, on my journey of becoming a full-blown adventurer. I've had a bit of a late start, but I shall catch up with haste. Also, Archie's just fine. You don't have to say the whole thing every time. Well, Archie, if it's haste you're looking for, I can help with that. Someone gifted me with some golden feathers a few days ago. Prepared as an infusion for the right drink, they can hasten you up in no time. Really? That's spectacular. I always thought those things were myths or legends you only read about in books. Do you read a lot? Sometimes. Not that much. You should. You sound like someone who enjoys adventure and books are so full of them. They are. I'm just too cool for books. Books are cool. You think so? Yes, I do. I mean, look at the Innkeeper's Journal. It's super cool. The coolest. Oh, well, actually, maybe I do read quite a bit. I'm sorry for being so weird about it. Don't worry, we're all a little weird sometimes. What kind of books do you like? Anything full of adventure and heroes and adventuring heroes. They're just like me. Obviously, my parents would much prefer if I read about other things, such as books of etiquette or the newspaper. I'm sure they would love it if I wrote a dissertation on the intricacies of the Daria negotiations, or even become a diplomat myself. But I think I would fare much better as a savior of this world, don't you think? The Daria negotiations? I'm unfamiliar. It's all terribly boring, really. They're negotiating trade routes due to the collapse of a canal bridge that was hit by a horde of spinal rhinoceroses. It's not going all that well, because they can't agree on who should pay for the repairs, the mainland or Daria itself. Just thinking about it puts me to sleep. Then, perhaps we should get back to more exciting topics? How do you plan to start off your hero's journey? By doing something heroic, of course. What's something heroic I could do? You could start by helping the local farmers. They're still rebuilding their homes and relocating their cattle as we speak. Great idea. How much gold should I give them? Gold? I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't mind gold, but I was thinking about lending them a hand. You know, physically, with your little hands. Okay. So, I would go to the farmers and ask what they need help with. Of course. That sounds... I shall figure it out. Thank you for the inspiration, Fable. It has been an honor to meet you. I hope we shall cross paths again. Till my next quest, Innkeeper. Till then. Such a cute guy. Archie reminds me that of somebody that basically has never gone out. Well, I mean, he's basically, a rich noble, right? So he wants to get away from noble society, find his own path in life, and he wants to be an adventurer. So that was adorable. Weird. Not because of him, he heard about me being a hero. That doesn't sound right. But you are a hero. Not really. I didn't even do that much yet. Not enough to be inspiring to anyone, anyway. There are much greater heroes than me out there. He wasn't impressed by other heroes. He was impressed by you. That's... nice. You don't sound very happy about it. I am. It's really flattering, but I just don't think I did enough to deserve his praise. I'm just some elf. It's not for you to decide who's impressed by you and who isn't. I'm personally going to keep bragging about knowing Fable, the great hero of the Ashen Grove and savior of Tregorin. All right, I get it. Thank you, Innkeep. I'll try better to accept compliments. Good. Zephyr. And, Melly. Hello, Innkeeper. Hello, Fable. Hello, Melly. And hello, Melishite. It's good to see you both again. Likewise, right, Mel? Can I offer you two a drink? Actually, you can offer us a quest. Are you talking about the one you just picked up by any chance? Your incredible deduction skills strike again. I'm only trying to match wits here. So, you're interested in saving those poor familiars? I am. Missing familiars, silent lizards, clues leading to a seemingly dead end. This sounds like a case for the world's greatest detective. And her sneaky assistant. They do sound like a great team. They're not a team. But they are going on a quest together. They're not. Then why are you here? She didn't want to come here alone. Said she can't reach the quest board. She just reached the quest board. And I needed a drink anyway. So you're sending Melly on a quest alone? As is customary. That's how the Shadowbanes have always handled it. Melly isn't part of the Shadowbanes, but she wishes to be part of the thieves. So she must embrace their lifestyle. I think she's trying to walk the path of a detective, and that just sounds dangerous and negligent. I agree. You're not coming with me? No. Why not? I just explained that. Badly. But you have to come with me. Why? It's clearly a job for two people. There's no job that can't be done alone. What if I need someone to sneak into the crime scene to gather evidence? Didn't you want to go on this quest to test your stealth training? But what if I get nervous? What if I forget how to be stealthy? Or what if none of the familiars want to talk to me? I don't know. Melina... And what if I come back and you've been eaten by a T-Rex? Who cares? I do. They're so cute together. The T-Rex threat is much lower in Zoford. If the monsters finally catch up to me, that's how it's meant to end. I think you should run away from the monsters, not towards them. That would depend on your choice of lifestyle. Well, your lifestyle should include going to Zoford with me. They're so cute. Listen, Melina, even if I want to come with you, I couldn't. I've got obligations, things to do. You're a thief, you don't have fixed working hours, and you don't have any other friends waiting around for you. Maybe not, but I do have a sheepfish to take care of. You have a sheepfish? I do. His name is Rufus, and he doesn't do well alone. Plus, he needs to be fed, and to do his daily crossword puzzles. Otherwise, his wool will get strawy. Oh, well, you're right. You can't just leave Rufus alone. He'll get lonely. Oh, Melly. Yeah. I could take care of Rufus. What? Well, I live nearby, and I'm very good with animals, and pretty decent at crossword puzzles. That sounds like an excellent idea. What if Rufus doesn't like you? He will, certainly after one of Fable's famous lullabies. You sing? Sometimes. Maybe you can sing a song about how Mal and Rufus got eaten by a T-Rex while the familiars booed me out of town. I think I'd prefer a song about you and Malachite saving those familiars instead. Right, Mal? Fine. But just this once. See it as a final exam for your training. Yay! That sounds fun! Wonderful. So do you two need any help on your quest? Don't know. What do you think, Detective? Well, it's great that you would ask, mighty assistant. Please don't call me that. Okay. Mighty Mal, then. No. How about... John? Sure. So, John, thanks for asking. I have studied the quest given to us closely, and I have come to the conclusion that there is only one option. This is a classic case of finding the right clues sprinkled throughout the witnesses' testimonies, and piecing them together correctly. The townsfolk, the wizards, the familiars. They'll all have different conflicting information, and we'll need to collect and untangle it all to see the whole picture. But to achieve that, we need to be charismatic enough to get the truth out of them. And for those who still refuse to talk to us out of guilt or fear, we'll need to activate our stealth powers. Find those hidden clues ourselves. Also, we should be quick so they can't destroy any evidence. I can offer you some of your golden feathers. They do come with sweet aftertaste of haste. That way you should be able to make it to Zoford much quicker. Great idea. I think you underestimate this. I think you underestimate the severity of the situation. What would you suggest instead, John? I agree with the stealth part. We could use a hint of dexterity to make sure we remain unseen for as long as possible. But I believe our focus should be on overpowering whoever is responsible for this. If they're making familiars disappear, they won't be interested in a discussion. In a fair one, at least. We should fight first. Ask questions later. I guess you got bored of stealthy approach. Different problems require different solutions. If you're itching for a fight, maybe I recommend Phoenix chilies. Some fire resistance could be a big advantage against wizards or familiars. Whether a fireball or fire breath, you wouldn't want to walk in unprepared. Does Andu have fire breath? Technically, yes, but he's usually too lazy to use it. It helps a bunch with roasting marshmallows, though. I'd love to try Andu's marshmallows. I'll see if I can set something up when you return. Thank you. I think some s'mores would also help convince those familiars to help us. That's ridiculous. A dagger would be far more convincing. I think both could work. Innkeeper, what do you think? They definitely need a little bit of dexterity for sticking around, but what should they pair it with? Haste for quick arrival and charisma for smooth talking, or pure strength and some fire resistance? Let me think about it. Okay, so what do we do here? Let's see. What do I do? I would say this one. I don't know. I'm getting the vibe that I should give this one, though. Just to be on the safe side. Maybe. And then infusions of... What was it again? Okay, infusions of... This one... So, this one... This one... Actually, that was my fault. And 4 of this. And finally, this. I think John is right. This might not end in a peaceful negotiation. Better safe than sorry. You get it. I don't want to be mean to them, though. We'll only be mean to the kidnappers. Seems fair. I guess it is. At least we'll be protected from all the wizards' fireballs. As we always should be. Let's go. We've got a long journey ahead of us. If we had taken haste... He's so weird sometimes. It's fun. I think he just wants to protect you. Don't tell him I said that. I won't. But do you really think so? I do. That would be so sweet. I should catch up with him then. Good luck on your quest, Melly. Thank you. Is it okay if I leave with you? Maybe before he changes his mind about Rufus? Of course. Then you can sing him a lullaby, too. I don't think I will. We'll see. Have fun, Fable. Thank you. I swear. It's so obvious. It looks like Malachite is like opening up a little bit to Melly. It's almost well, I mean, Melly doesn't have any parents. So like I guess after she met Mal, she kind of started getting attached. And like Mal being like, even though he doesn't want to admit it, but like he's like slowly like getting attached to her too and just wants to protect her. It's so cute. Innkeeper. Chrissy, glad to see you alright. Likewise, good to see you and the tavern are unharmed. It's quite a disaster out there. And I'm just passing through. Don't have time to stay for long. Need to check on the cottage and the birds and Fable. I'm sure everything is as it was. The canopies of the grove are sturdy, after all, which is why I chose to make it my home. That and the landscape. I hope your trip was nice at least. Oh, it was. It felt good to recharge and refill the creative juices. We walked a lot actually, almost mapped out the whole island. We also hiked to the foot of the Borean Ridge, where the auroras touch the peaks. I heard the view is quite remarkable. It was. I'd never seen anything like it before. It was the first time I got to catch a glimpse of them. Also, caught a glimpse of the infamous Banshee. Everyone told us to avoid the lonely lagoon because of her, but it's too beautiful to ignore. I doubt the Banshee means any harm. Everyone yearns for a friend, after all. Even scary creatures. It gets lonely as a monster sometimes. Everyone is scared of you. People shouldn't be. No one can choose who they're born as. We should accept them as they are. I have a few patrons who'd really appreciate hearing that. Then I'd be happy to meet them. Speaking of which, I got you something. Oh? Remember the nymphs from when we last spoke? I do. I met one at the art convention. She was selling little homemade trinkets. I remember our conversation and got you this. Oh, that's sweet. I like that. Thank you. I thought you might appreciate it. I do. Thank you. It'll certainly always have a special place in my heart knowing it came from you. Aw, you're such a sweet talker. But you can't trick me into giving you my name. What would I want with names? Nothing good, that's for sure. But for realsies, I have to leave now. I've been gone for too long. See you around, Inkeep. See you around, Chrissy. Take care of yourself. Always. Man, that is so funny. Whoa. That is... Is this the Lagoon Sea Witch one? I could be wrong, though. Baya, good to see you again. It's been a while. Yes, a while. A while. 6,000 years. More like 2 months? Oh, I thought I had hibernated longer. Hi, Bunny. Thank you so much for dropping by. I appreciate it a lot. You hibernated at this time of year? It was for the Bloontide Festival. It happens near my swamp every year during the Dreaming Moon. Druids and bards join together in search of the moon pools for 2 whole weeks. They dance, they laugh, they scatter pretty little flowers everywhere. They hope if they can satiate the land, it will lead them to the reflection of the cosmos. You mean the set of mythical lakes that's said to reflect all of the 7 moons at once? Yes. Ever since the Twilight Chasm portal opened up within them, a mere 30 years ago, travelers have become increasingly obsessed with bathing in their beauty. Such festivities sound exciting. No. They are loud, with their songs and their arguing about getting lost in the endless maze of the marshes. And they walk around with torches of burning ember that they swing too close to my precious vines. Why would you bring fire into a swamp? It is a little rude. Exactly. You know, I tried to join them one time. Their dainty flowers intrigued me, and I snuck up to them dressed in my prettiest poison ivy, adorned with thorns of the undying trees. And you know what they did? What? They chased me away with their fiery brooms, chanting, "Demon, be gone!" from the top of their tiny lungs. So now I hibernate every dreaming moon. That way, I don't have to listen to their jolly tunes. Maybe you should give them another chance. Very few Gaians are familiar with the creatures of the bogs. Only with the stories about their bone-crushing teeth. What's wrong with What's wrong with bone-crushing teeth? They think you might want to crush their bones with them. Ah, but that would be so rude. They don't think that way. But I think if they got to know you, they'd like you a lot. After all, you make the best flower crowns in all of Gaia. Maybe even all of Asteria. Those sound perfect for a festival. You might be right. Maybe I'll greet them with some flower crowns next year. I could even open up a seasonal flower crown store. I'd definitely buy one. But right now I'm awake and thirsty. Do you have swamp water on the menu today? I'm all out, sorry. Too bad. Something else then? Do you still have those strings that make you as sturdy as tree bark? In case their torches come near me again. In fact, I still do. Give me one moment. Man, trying to voice her is so hard. Hold on. Yeah, see what I mean? Trying to voice her was hard. What does she want? She wants personal. Alright, so do we have to do this or this? I mean, why not? This one in, and pour this one in. I don't use enough of these spices. I should use them more, actually. Liquid tree bark, just for you. Oh, delicious. I feel I could devour any torch now. Thank you, innkeeper. What woke you up from your slumber, anyhow? The night sky fell into my dirt hut. It burned my favorite weeping willow to bits. I am replanting it into many small sniffling willows. They are feasting upon the ashes of the stars to try to extinguish them. It's a powerful nutrient. Sounds tasty. After the trees and winds and pillbugs calmed down, I had planned to go back to sleep. All that calamity made me awfully tired. But then I saw these creatures standing between the tree lines, staring at me with its glowing eyes, like it wanted to consume me. So you said hello? So I said hello. Turns out it was scared, not hungry. Who was it? A young lichen. He was sent my way by his niece and little Fable. I miss Fable. They're usually here. Where are they? If I had to guess, I'm probably pet sitting a sheepfish and helping out whoever needs it. Ah, they are so sweet. They sent the lichen to me for a cure. I once spoke of an ancient recipe I discovered that I thought might cure the affliction. Can it? No, it was just a recipe for really good tea. Let me guess. Ginger? Yes. He was very distraught that I couldn't help him. Didn't even want any tea. I tried to cheer him up by offering some coupons for my new spa, but he didn't want those either. His fur could have used a wash. I didn't know you opened a spa. It's new. I wanted to share my flowers and mud and pools with everybody, so we can all look beautiful together. That sounds wonderful, Baya. I agree. Can I leave some of my coupons here? Yes. Thank you. Please hand them out to all your customers. I will happily share this fantastic offer with them. You could also just come here more often and hand them out yourself. Ah, but there's no one else here. Except the jackdaw. Do you want a coupon, little creature? I will leave one in your nest. No one's here because it's almost closing time, Baya. You have to come more by earlier, during the day or early in the evening or during events. But there will be people here. Yes, I believe that's the point. Too scary. I shall go now. Don't forget to hand out my coupons. Will do. Paya is so adorable. So scary, but so adorable. And voicing her is so hard. Huh. Act 2, Starlight Sonata. Part 10. Twin Flames. 8th of the Astral Moon. Hey, Jade. Hey, Innkeeper. Hello. It's been a while since I've seen you around. A whole week, to be exact. And you already miss me. A little. Cute. I got my hands on a job all the way over in Diria. Seemed like something relatively easy but well paid. Or like something too good to be true? Not this time. Apparently the farmer just wanted it to be done quickly, so she offered a higher than average rate. Sounds like easy money. Yeah, I wish. You know, I think I could use a drink first. Something that'll loosen my tongue. I feel like this job drained me all of my social energy. Only if I get to hear the rest of the story. Sounds like a good deal to me. I haven't seen Jade in a while. Okay, she wants this one. I wonder if I should add something. I mean, let's add this. Because I never really use this often. So I should try to use the spices more, just to, you know, keep it a little bit more exciting than just, you know, basic drinks. Let's hope this suits your taste. Your drinks never disappoint. Glad to hear. I can definitely feel my charm coming back to me. I made you a drink. Now it's your turn. Tell me about your latest job. Fine. A deal's a deal. Told you the client's a farmer, right? She has a large flock of two-headed sheep. Apparently that darn starfall damaged their barn and they somehow managed to break out of their enclosure. I didn't think they were that clever, honestly. Must be the true brains. Probably. Anyways, they got out right before their shearing appointment, and of course the farmer needed to get them back in time. Especially considering the rumors surrounding dairy at the moment seems to be a dangerous place nowadays. Apparently, an unusual amount of cattle have been going missing these last few weeks. So local folks have been keeping a closer eye on their locks and fences. Of course, the farmer wanted her sheep to be safe, so she hired someone to bring her animals back. That someone being you? Obviously. I thought to myself, I'm a monster hunter. Handling animals is basically my job. I'd say a monster hunter is rather known for, well, hunting instead of handling. That was exactly the issue. Do you know how stubborn two-headed sheep are? Let me guess. They're twice as stubborn as one-headed sheep? You got it. They're impossible to get moving, impossible to startle, and one head might be eating, but the other one is always watching you. But you did it, right? I suspect you wouldn't be here if you hadn't finished the job. You're absolutely correct. I was at my wit's end. Imagine having fought hundreds, if not thousands, of beasts, and some sheep are the one enemy you can't win against. That sounds like an incredibly humbling experience. It was. Trust me. But luckily, I got some help. Another adventurer saw me struggling and offered her assistance and knowledge. Or should I say, a retired adventurer. Oh? Yeah, she was very insistent on that label. Some kind of astral finfolk? Must have lost her arm a while ago. Oh no. Back to the sheep. She told me there's apparently one thing that gets their full attention. You got any guesses on what that magical tool might be? I have no... Oh. Hello. Clovers. Morning dew clovers, to be precise. They go absolutely feral for them. A few will make them follow every single one of your commands. But someone with your experience should know that. Innkeeper. Do you two know each other? Barely. Ha! Keep your secrets then. Oh, so mysterious, innkeeper. I wanted to buy her a drink after she helped me out back there. Didn't expect you two to be best friends, honestly. Best friends? I think you got that wrong, Jade. I never befriend someone like her. I have taste. Well, that was unnecessarily rude of you, Una. You didn't even consider my feelings. Consider me sorry, Innkeep. Apology accepted. Speaking of taste, what about your drinks? I know you've always liked experimenting with potions and other suspicious liquids. Looks like you finally made it, huh? Indeed, I think I got the hang of it. Then what are you waiting for? Your old rival is waiting for a drink. Preferably one that'll restore my energy. Those sheep made my old bones all wobbly and I don't like feeling so weak. Got you. Let's see what that old magic has to offer. Don't worry, she might not look like it, but her drinks are actually really good. I bet. I'll just take that as a compliment, I suppose. Great. Another eccentric character. I wonder what our history with Una is. I kind of want to know, like, it seems like she said we're rivals, but I wonder what the history behind that is. This one. Let's see. Let's make... Sorry, just make the, this with this and this. No? Okay. Guess not. So that means I have to add something that will add this one then. This one with this one, and this one. Yeah, there we go. Oh, wow. Impressed? Don't get cocky now. You don't have to be shy. Just admit I improved. So, Una, Jay told me you're retired now. Had enough of the adventuring business? Absolutely. I don't want to have anything to do with that anymore. I've completed enough quests for at least 2 lifetimes. And yet you decided to help Unchanged? Ever had to handle a 2-headed sheep? Not yet. Lucky you. Lucky indeed. I just couldn't watch her struggle with those stubborn beasts any longer. This was a one-time exception. Did the farmer pay accordingly after your morning dew clover's magic trick? Oh, absolutely. She was so happy she gratefully paid both of us. That's good to hear. She even tipped us with some gems she supposedly found in one of her fields. But I'm a Maida. I don't have any use for stones like those. And since I'm retired, I couldn't care less about material riches. So we figured we'd give them to you instead. But I wouldn't tell that pretentious blonde dragon priestess if I were you. Feels like a blasphemous gift. Oh, divine gems. A little blasphemous indeed. I think I know just the right way to use them. Thank you. Don't mention it. Now that we're done here, I can finally go back to crocheting for the rest of my life. Didn't get this hook put in for nothing. Of course. I also occasionally gotta rip some youngsters off while playing cards. I haven't lost a game in at least 4 decades. That's remarkable. Or impossible for someone who's only playing fair. I think your lucky streak will end with me today. I've also never lost a game in at least a decade. Are you challenging me to a duel? Absolutely. And whoever loses has to pay for the next round of drinks. That's the spirit. I like you, bounty hunter. But don't come crying to me after I annihilate you. You wish. Oh, Jade. You're worried about me? Cute. I just know for a fact that Una is a master at cheating. I doubt that's changed. So you're saying you've lost against her? More than once, yes. Pathetic. Hey, are you talking about me? Listen, Inkeep. If your opponent is obviously cheating like she was, you can't beat them fair and square. You gotta beat them at cheating. Now watch how real Master does it. These two get along too well. Jesus Christ. Oh. New customer, and, good day. I have returned, Innkeeper. Welcome back, Miss Anwar, and welcome... This brave adventurer's name is Clay Moore. He offered unexpected support during my quest. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you so much on behalf of, the world. Yes, of course. The world, Mr. Clay. You don't need to do the whole Mr. thing. Just Clay is alright with me. Otherwise, it sounds so formal, like talking to one of those graph people. Oh, you wouldn't want to be one of those. Clay it is then. Can I offer you both a drink in exchange for the story of how you two met? That would be a fun trade, right, Tia? I think I would welcome it as well. Then what can I get you? Clay, please go ahead. Oh my, you've got a lot of stuff on the menu. How about, one of those drinks with, ingredients? You look strong. How about something extra for those muscles? That sounds nice. Let's go with that. 1 minute. Jeez. Okay. Something that is strong is sailor's courage, I guess. So we just have to add something like this. I don't know. This one? Yeah, this one. Let's go with this. Actually, no. The one that I used was this one, I believe. And then add this, and this. Try this. I think it might knock your socks off. This tastes strong and magic-y, but my socks are still on. Still, I love it. I'll have to remember this one for next time. What is it called? Don't worry, I'll remember it for you. Thank you. Now, Miss Anwar, what would you like? I need some of that liquid vigilance. Even in here, it's important to stay on guard. Wouldn't this be the right time to relax? There's no such time. Alright, then I shall aid you on your divine mission of not falling asleep standing. Let's... She wants that. I need to put this one and this one with this one. I'm making a habit of trying to use the other spices because I don't really normally use it. So it's like, I have to get used to doing it now. Even though it doesn't call for it, but... Some liquid vigilance diluted with some delicious secret ingredients. Enjoy. I could do with something less diluted, but you're right, it's delicious. Happy to hear that. Do we get to tell the story now? Please, go ahead. You think I should start with the seashells? No, I think some exposition is in order first. As you already know, Innkeeper, I plan to start my investigation right here in Zenith, specifically at the local Gaia temple. So I've been told. Mostly about that wobbling ooze. Ah, yes. That was certainly something. Unfortunately, besides their fascinating personal secrets, they had nothing of value to share with me. But fortunately, thanks to your rumors, I was not entirely without a lead. The wizard's prophecy led me to Delwell. Or should I say the Abandoned Isle, or Fairweather. The name changes depending on who you ask. I didn't know it had that many names. I always just called it Kelpie Island. Why? Because it's shaped like one. Probably the smartest approach. Kelpie Island or Fairweather, its name means very little to me. Its local settlement of Fae was much more relevant. They built everything into the giant sequoia that holds their portal to Avalon. Their portal is in the tree? Yes, right in its center. They call it the Horizon Tree. It's beautiful. The Fae themselves were moderately helpful. It was difficult to get them to focus on the severity of the situation, and I was pretty sure they were preparing some sort of morbid ritual with the acorns that they were stringing up between rows and bushes in asymmetrical shapes. Oh, I always thought those were art projects. Common misconception. It sounds more like they were preparing to charge them with astral moonlight. For what? If you freeze them, they make for good ice cubes. Do you participate in such practices? Not at the moment. I'm just not going to question that. Eventually, I got them to sit still long enough to ask them about any strange occurrences around their settlement. Did they understand your definition of strange? After some explanation. They told me about how just recently an astral humpback whale had rampaged through one of their nearby scouting camps, just 2 days before the stars fell. They said it seemed like it was running from something, and that it was full of seething fury. They also claimed it to be a good sign, because it promised adventure. Seems like an understatement. They weren't wrong. She's right. It did lead us on an adventure. But I don't know if they'd hope. Sorry, I don't know if they'd hope to wipe out the entire sky. No one would hope for that. Well, someone clearly did. They weren't wrong about it being a sign of a change of pace, is all I'm saying. The exact definition and subject to personal convictions. It certainly was a sign of something being awry, and I was determined to get to the bottom of it. So naturally, I made my way to the nearby Karpash beach, and prepared a celestial summoning ritual under the young astral moon. For the humpback whale, I suppose? What else would I be summoning? I thought maybe you wanted to ask Cassiopeia for her input. Are you out of your mind? The Realm Keepers have sworn a divine oath of neutrality that prevents them from directly interfering with the simple world of us mortals. The full might of their powers could disrupt the delicate balance of their cosmic design. Right, sorry, slipped my mind. You are forgiven. As I was preparing the ritual, readying myself to confront the troublemaker, I suddenly found myself being interrupted by a strange request. That was me. I asked her if she needed any more seashells. Did she? I did, actually. Pairing dragon head tritons and flimmering limpet shells can heighten the dual aspect of the celestial twins, therefore making the connection to the astral sea more stable. Obviously, I hadn't managed to find a limpet shell, and one happened to be among his offerings. I honestly just thought she was decorating the beach, and that she could do with more color. You weren't wrong in a way. Sadly, the shells burned up during the ritual. Singed Tia's hands too. Just a little. Fortunately, I possess spectacular healing capabilities. Fortunate indeed. Were you collecting seashells for beach decorating or your very own ritual clay? I was collecting them for my friends. At this time of year, Kelpie Island is full of all kinds of sparkling, floating animals from the astral sea. And they love munching on seashells. Do you encounter these creatures a lot? I try to. They're very nice. Clay can talk to animals. Guy's blessings rest upon him. Fantastic. It is. Though I'm not always sure what they all talk to me. They tend to disappear sooner or later. Sometimes they come back, but often they don't. I think maybe I accidentally say things that upset them without realizing it, and they think I mean to hurt them. I hate when that happens. You mean they just disappear like they were never there? Yes, like they moved to a different, quieter beach. Or like they returned to the astral sea. I feel like they would tell me if they went back home. Not necessarily. Many Astrian creatures can traverse the plains at will, but they don't always have control over when they return. On many occasions, the astral currents pull them back home before they're ready. And once you're swept up in them, each subsequent journey out becomes more and more difficult, or so I've been told. I would guess your friends either went home when you weren't there or got pulled back before they had a chance to say goodbye. So you're saying the sea swallowed them? Not quite. It just beckoned them home. Through a celestial hug of sorts? So that means I could just visit them in the astral sea. That would be an incredible undertaking. Traveling between planes is quite hazardous. It is, but echoes are from the primordial sea and my family has lived here for quite a while, I think. They must have gone here somehow. They say it was much simpler to traverse between planes once, but for a long time it has been almost impossible without complicated and dangerous rituals. Until recently, the astral sea was the only possible way to pass through the barriers. And accessing it requires meticulous planning, not to mention the sea tends to come with more risks than rewards. Even your Astrian friends who can choose to leave their home plane on a whim get pulled back by the current eventually. Imagine Imagine what would happen to you if you went in unprepared. But the Fae and Kelpie Island aren't from Gaia either, and they told me they haven't lived here for very long. Since the five interplanar portals opened up, interplanar travel has become a lot more accessible again. At least when it comes to the dream planes. But even the astral and primordial seas, not to mention Ur, are finally open to us again after all these years. It is a true miracle to witness in our lifetimes. So the portals haven't always been there? I didn't know that. Who put them? Who put them there? Well, that is a very good question. And one that would blow the scope of this conversation beyond its bounds, I would think. You still have to tell me how you summoned that whale. You're right, we're getting off track. As Clay and I talked, he told me about his fascinating friendships with the astral creatures, and his ability to speak with animals as if they share a language. So you asked him for help? Well, he offered his aid. I certainly could have handled it on my own, but you didn't have to. Right, that, obviously. Thank you very much, Clay. Anytime. So I summoned it. The ritual worked exceptionally well, and it appeared out of the sky in a wave of concerning darkness. Stars used to accompany them. I mean, there was one star. There was. The whale was even bigger than I had anticipated, almost as tall as the horizon tree. And in its stomach rested a giant sun, the only star of the night sky whose light had not been extinguished, nestled right in its belly. That sounds beautiful. It was, in a way. The star wasn't the thing to worry about, though. The whale didn't look at all happy about being summoned. Instead, it looked like a wounded animal that was one loud noise away from lashing out. And it looked sick. Its translucent skin was gray, like it was frozen with the coldness of the highest mountains or the deepest depths. Its eyes were pale, almost blind, with no warmth within them. I thought for a brief second we must fight this beast before it consumes us and everything in its path. But then, when I looked over at Clay, I saw a deep understanding in his eyes, like he wasn't seeing a monster, but a friend. So I stayed quiet, knowing that whatever he knew outweighed my fear. You knew what needed it? You knew what needed it, Clay? Not completely, but I knew that look in its eyes. That feeling when you're so scared you get angry, when you want to fight because you're terrified you won't be able to flee. So I kneeled, to show it that I didn't mean any harm, and I held out my last conch shell in my hands. It took a moment to overcome the instinct to mistrust, but then it picked the shell up gently and ate it. I saw the conch freeze as it was swallowed. It looked painful. Wanting to comfort the whale, I reached out and carefully put my hands against its cheek. I wanted it to know it wasn't alone. I'm sure it needed that. It did. It was so sad it cried tears of golden dust. Its tears turned to ice before they even hit the ground. It was at that moment I realized its body had been cursed with a potent frostbite. I knew it did not trust me yet, so I did what I previously would not have thought possible. Through a hand on Clay's shoulder and the magic of your drink, I was able to briefly transfer my magic into Clay, allowing him to cure it of its disease. He kissed it on the forehead, and the ice burned away, freeing it of the endless chill. It was quite sweet. That's one lucky whale. And one unusual effect of that infusion. Is that not usually possible? Inspiration is a fickle thing. Such magic is deeply personal and differs from person to person. I always enjoy seeing how others imagine support to look like. Tia's support was very helpful. I'd hope so. Once it was free of its pain, the whale was ready to talk to us. I asked what had happened, and it told me about fighting some sort of evil creature on 2 legs. A creature on 2 legs? So humanoid then. We assume. Turned out whales don't care much about our appearances. It cared more about all the things being thrown at it. What a mean way to approach a whale. Apparently it swallowed some kind of stone. It could only remember its black and white color and that it tasted horrible. But it thought, I have a strong digestive thing. It's nothing to worry about. Rookie mistake. The 2-legged monster just wouldn't stop attacking, so it fled as quickly as it could, trying to find its way home. It felt really bad about destroying the camp. I get why. The worst part about being angry is seeing the wreckage you leave behind. Tia, do you ever get angry? No. I am the embodiment of calmness and self-discipline. Thank you. I did. Luckily, its anger subsided when it found its way back. It thought it was finally safe, but... Suddenly, this freezing cold began. I don't mind the cold much. I'm from the Highlands, and we get a lot of snow in the winter. But the kind of cold it was describing sounded awful. Painful and inescapable. Like it was freezing from the inside out. The potent frostbite I mentioned. It seemed a curse to cold and slowly spread throughout its entire body. It tried to keep itself warm by feeding on the solar crabs and cosmic squid, but that didn't help much. It just kept getting more scared and angrier and colder, until even its brain was freezing over. It couldn't think of anything other than the cold. So in its desperation, it ate the hottest thing it could find. A star. A star. A giant one, that. It looked deceptively small contained in its belly. But apparently it was one of the biggest ones the night sky had to offer. The East Star. It ate Pharos? Pharaohs? The guiding star of the endless seas? It did, and it helped. It kept its frostbite at bay, even if it did not eradicate it. But as you can imagine, such a massive star disappearing did not have the most desirable effect on the astral sea's delicate balance of gravity. I can imagine that. The whale was very confused about what had happened, but it said all the stars around it suddenly started to fall and spin out of place. They crashed into each other, causing more and more destruction with each passing moment. I didn't understand everything it described, but it sounded bad. To label it as bad would be quite the understatement. The falling stars ripped holes in Cassiopeia's wings. To think that just one hungry creature could break the entire balance of the universe. It was hurt and scared. It should have endured, instead of hurting others. It was alone. It didn't know all that would happen. It didn't. I'm sure its best wasn't good enough. The whale isn't responsible for the horrible things that were done to it. We should celebrate that you were able to help it instead of blaming it for its pain. I think so too. Did you also manage to free it from the star in its stomach? No. The frostbite may be gone, but that star is part of it now. It has become the first of a new kind, a sun humpback whale. And probably the last one, too, as all other stars in the astral sea have been snuffed out. We will never be able to see the night sky again, and in turn, that whale must forever live with its guilt nestled in its stomach. You're right. Some things are forever changed now. That's kind of the point of disasters. But perhaps the star doesn't stand for shame, but the pride of its survival. We shouldn't be sad that most are gone, but happy that one managed to make it through. Besides, we may have lost the night sky's starry companions, but it managed to gain 2 new friends. Even the worst of situations can lead you to light sometimes. I like that. You should never be sad about finding new friends. Speaking of friends, on the way back we ran into this traveling souvenir shop. I bought friendship bracelets for Tia and I with little whale charms on them. But she didn't want to wear them just yet, so I'm waiting until she's ready. That's very nice of you, right, Tia? They're a hazard for fights and could get caught in things. Sure, I'm looking forward to seeing how they look with your armor. Tia also found something for you at the souvenir shop. She said it reminded her of your tavern. And now that I've seen it in person, I agree. Now I'm curious, what is it? Oh, cute. Well, it's a very pretty mosaic. The shopkeeper told us a little bit about it. Supposedly this piece of art represents a new beginning after a hard-fought battle. Kind of like the rise of the sun hunchback whale. That's very fitting. Thank you, Tia. So, I suppose I am. You really are? You are surprisingly competent. Perhaps one might even say I could not have done this entirely without you. If one was to be extreme about it. I think someone like you could do anything alone if you put your mind to it. But that doesn't mean you should have to. I'm always happier when doing difficult things if I have help from other people. Well said, Clay. Stellar teamwork, you two. Keep it up. Will do. Much more importantly, clearly our quest was not successful. What are you talking about? You cured the sun humpback whale. You found out why the stars fell. You even made new friends. What more did you want? We still haven't the slightest idea who caused all this. An angry humanoid figure? And that is who, exactly? Well, we can rule out you, me, and the innkeeper. We can rule out you and me. Ouch. No hard feelings. I believe you're innocent, but sometimes evil hides in plain sight. One must not let be. One must not let. Oh my god. One must not let be led astray. I don't know what it is about that word that. Oh my god. Anyway, I understand. Paranoia is a hard habit to break. Clearly, someone orchestrated this. It seems too random and methodical to have been an accidental side effect. I must find out what hides in the darkness. If something like this happens again, it could end in a calamity that likes of which we would have never seen before. Don't worry too much about it, girlie. This is just kind of how oblivions are around here. I wouldn't call this just another oblivion. How often have you seen the stars fall from the sky? 0 times. I was asleep when it happened, and now that it's over, there go my chances of ever witnessing a supreme meteor shower. You should not wish to witness such horrors. Some horrors are fun to look at. Listen, love. When I was your age, I used to worry about stuff like this all the time. This weirdo over here did too. We all did at one time or another. But I know from experience that making such a fuss about it won't get you anywhere. These bite-sized calamities are part of the natural order of things. From chaos to balance to chaos and back to balance. Everything just switches around in a never-ending cycle. Sure, it's good to keep an eye out, but you don't have to give yourself an aneurysm over it. Just pick up a quest if it worries you, and follow the natural flow of the universe. That way, if you're lucky, you'll end up retired like me. Such a leisurely attitude only leads to failure. And, even then, someone is always going to save the world in the end. And that someone is going to be me. Oh, the youth. Anyway. Old enemy, got another drink for me? I'm running dry. Anytime, you know. Are you still running low on energy? How about another strong one? You got it. Luna is a personality. That's all I can say. Another sailor's courage. Let's put this. And put one of this. One of this. And finally, one of this. Okay. Something strong for the most strong-headed lady I know. Weird way to admit you've lost every argument against me. But this drink is splendid, I'll give you that. See, with one of these, your worries will be washed away with flavor. Good or bad, depends on the day. I find your apathy borders on tragedy. And I find your hero complex unsustainable. Remember, kiddo, they don't build those statues for folks who are alive. Who cares about statues? My purpose is my purpose, and I don't care who immortalizes me. No one's purpose is to die, girl. Life is much more meaningful than that. Anyway, my purpose is winning at cards right now. Good luck with your delusions. I apologize on her behalf. That's fine. Tia, are you dying? No. She was purely speaking in the hypothetical. I'm not sure what that means, but it doesn't sound like it could damage your armor. But, maybe we should listen to her advice, at least a little bit. My granny always says, with age comes with the priceless wisdom of mistakes. I think your grandma's advice would be much more helpful than whatever a failed hero has to say. You think retirement is a failure? One's post should never be abandoned. If you can still serve this world, you should. Not sure if that's bleak or inspiring. The latter. She was right about one thing, though. The past is full of terrible disasters that were prevented. Which means that this too could have been attempted before, if not very successfully. Knowledge of something so vile must be scarce and well guarded, maybe even abandoned. I have never come across anything like this anywhere in the Aperture's library. Granted, the Aperture has only been standing for a little over 2 decades, no? This library can't be that fast. Many of the Order's books were relocated to the new stronghold. But I do believe that we don't currently harbor the knowledge I seek. For that, other avenues must be explored. What are you considering? We could ask everyone we come across until we find someone who knows something. Good idea. But that would take far too long. I think we should just look for the Everbloom archives. Is that a book club? An ancient one. Everbloom was one of the great 7 Maiden archives. The Gaian one, to be specific. Legend has it, there used to be one in each plane. Even Tuat, the plane of the dead. They were once filled with all the knowledge of the cosmos and grew in size every day, thanks to their fearless archivists. But then, they fell to an unknown foe, and have been lost to time ever since. Wait a minute, isn't Scully an archivist? So is Scully part of it? I believe one of them could hold the answers we seek. Innkeeper, do you perhaps know where to find this archive? Nope, not so much of a librarian, unfortunately. Disappointing. But you could keep an eye out for it, right? You could ask all the scholarly people that pass through here. Of course, I can do that. Perhaps you can start by asking that bounty hunter when she's done gambling all her money away. You could ask her yourself. I would rather not. I'll take that terrible task off your hands then. Wonderful. You won't need more than a day to take care of all this, right? I could do with a little more time. Nonsense. We don't have more time. I need your full commitment on this, Keenkeeper. This is very short notice. As are disasters typically, hence the vigilance. I shall return to a fully prepared quest tomorrow morning. Okay. In the meantime, you should rest. Don't be ridiculous. I have things to do. People to help, prayers to consult. Emma's right. A good night's sleep could do wonders for you. I could even offer you some coupons to a beautiful swamp spa. Fine, I'll take one. Or 2, though they won't be too much use. If I rest now, who will this world have faith in? I shall see you tomorrow. She's so good. It's always nice to see burnout happening in real time. Don't worry, I'll go with her and make her some soup. Soup always helps me when I have headache. And it looks like she has a big one. Do you want some soup as well? You know what? Yes, please. I'll bring some by tomorrow. Do you have any allergies? No. Thank you, Clay. Anytime, then the recipe will be a surprise. Have a superb day. I'll take some of those coupons, too. Wonderful. Talking through everything really helped. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that. I hope you hold on to those seashells. Catching up with some astral friends might make you feel a little better. Actually, I was thinking I could use the shells to make some friendship bracelets for Tia and I. I want to carve them into stars. I think that sometimes you have to make something beautiful out of the things that hurt you. Oh. Otherwise, you're left with anger that has nowhere to go. Do you like being angry? No, I don't. Me neither. But we all get angry sometimes. It's not the most fun, but it's important. My cat is like trying to drink my coffee. You can't drink coffee. No. I bought morning well, technically I started in the afternoon. I bought afternoon coffee for myself to wake myself up. So I bought some like coffee from Tim Hortons. I bought like the hot coffee. And then I bought like the cold creamy chill drink from Tim Hortons. And he likes to lick on the thing and he's like drinking coffee. You can't drink coffee, silly. Okay. Okay. It's so funny. Never getting angry doesn't solve anything either. He probably likes the smell of coffee, that's why he keeps trying to like lick my cup. It just makes you smaller and smaller until people no longer see you as someone they need to think about. At least they're not scared of you. Anger doesn't make you any more of a monster than silence makes you a saint. Be a whole person, Clay, and don't be scared of who that is. I'll try and keep her. Thank you. I hope you find a way back to yourself, too. Oh, Clay is such a sweetheart. Thank you, Clay. Me too. Damn! Jade and Una's been here like literally all day. Top of the evening to you. Welcome to my tavern. Oh, what do my magical eyes see? New faces, new acquaintances. With whom do I have the pleasure today? No way, a speaking skeleton? Haven't seen one of those in a long while. Hello there, how incredibly rude of me to leave out introductions. My name is Scully. And he's so polite as well. You can call me Una, Mr. Scully, and that one over there is my friend Jade. I guess you guys became friends? Ah, fellow Maida, but with more skin left. Which isn't immensely difficult, I suppose. Glad to make your acquaintance, Una, and her friend Jade. Jade, it's a beautiful necklace you have there. Something about it looks really familiar. Don't you think, Scully? I have no clue what you're talking about. It does remind me of Scully in a way. When was the last time you were digging around in graves? Never. I think your senses might be deteriorating with age. Just like your ability to win with cheating. Don't get smart with me now. Oh, Asteria's worst beast tamer. Oh, the wonders of friendship. You two seem to get along so well. Oh, absolutely. I think I should be going now. I still have work to do. What a coincidence. I will happen to want to say the exact same thing. But wouldn't it be rude of us to leave that distinguished gentleman all by himself? I think one of us should definitely stay a little longer. Isn't it cool that both of you have bones made of shimmery gemstones? Oh my god. That is true! I haven't seen another Maida since... well, since I woke up. So anywhere between 2 weeks and 2 centuries ago. See? It's a match already. It'd be a shame if the two of you were to become friends. Huh. Anyways, see ya. Una is such a... That was, quick. Indeed. I guess a woman her age knows what she wants. Oh. Hi, Hex. Good mythical morning. It's well past sunset, Hex. That might be true, but it's still... morning somewhere, I know. You got it. But today I'm not here to talk with you about primordial magic. Today we're going to celebrate my sister. Oh, you're the infamous sister I heard from. Greetings, everyone. Come on in. Pleased to meet you. My name is Scully. Jade. You can call me Hex, and this is Grace, my little sister. Yes, I know, she's taller than me. You can keep it to yourselves. We're here to celebrate, not to roast. Though some fire might be fun. No fireballs inside, Hexagon? If you insist, a fireless party it is then. Oh, my bones are aching for a party. I haven't attended one in it feels like an eternity. What's the occasion? My wonderfully talented sister successfully defended her wizard doctoral thesis just today. She can now call herself an actual full-blown Selenite witch. It's not that special, honestly. I beg to differ. That's a majorly big deal. Congrats. I must congratulate you as well. Quite an outstanding achievement indeed. You're very sweet, thank you. I have to agree with everyone. You should be proud of yourself. How about a drink on the house to celebrate your graduation? Hex already told me that you're a real magical connoisseur. I would love to taste one of your creations, Innkeeper. But I don't know what to pick. Could you recommend something to me? Of course. How about a drink for your wits? Your brain must be tired after debating your professors all day. That sounds lovely. My brain could use a little pick-me-up. Coming right up. I didn't think we would have a full house tonight. Jesus Christ. Okay. What are we doing? We are doing brains. Let me see. Where is my brains? There it is. Let me add this. Oh, sorry. Add this. And then... Oh, no. Mommy's working. Careful, you're gonna fall off the table. My cat is, like, trying to get my attention. Let me see. This one is... Wait, I'm getting all confused. And distracted. Alright, this one. Right, 1 pour of this. 1 pour of this. And finally, 1 pour of this. I have to keep moving my drink so he doesn't... He's like walking back and forth on both sides of my computer. And I keep having to like change where my drink is stationed because like I'm worried he's gonna like walk past it and like topple it over. Mommy's working. It's so funny. I know. It's okay. Alright. I think, is that good? I don't know. My, this is delightful. See, I told you. She definitely knows her craft. Say, Innkeeper, do you have a PhD in mixology by any chance? Last time I checked, no, but I do have a lot of experience. Took me a while to get the hang of it. I can tell your drinks are really tasty. I could easily go for another round of debating right now. Is anyone else up for a drink? Nah, not yet. I'm still energized from earlier. Scully, Hex, what about you two? I'm good. I don't want to steal the show today. I would love a refreshment for these old bones, actually. Perhaps something that'll bring back the charm of the old days. At your service. Okay. He wants... is that like... Okay. This is like the breast one. I'm gonna add what? I'm gonna add something. Add this. And then I will add 2 pours of this. Actually, just 1. Yeah, actually no. Yeah, 2 pours. And finally, 1 final pour of this. you go. A drink for the charming gentleman. Oh, what a lovely taste. It warms my bones inside and out. Someone trying to call me, but I'm not in a position I can answer the call right now. And I can't. Okay. Should I be worried? Maybe it's an undead thing. Well, theopractically, it would be possible for a magical drink to warm one's bones. You just need you and your wild dreams, Hexy. Maybe leave those experiments to someone with an actual laboratory for once. Ah, all that talking about studying and degrees brings back so many old memories. I also was a scholar once. I spent my life as an archivist at the Gaian Everbloom Archives. See, I knew it! I knew Skull. Because the moment he said archivist, I was like, wait a minute, is he part of the Gaian Everbloom Archives then? Oh my god. Elithia needs to talk to him. Before my supposedly eternal slumber. I've read a lot of about the old archivists, but I've never had the chance to talk to one. Well, obviously, they're all dead. All of them? Yes, the archives were destroyed ages ago. They're mostly a myth now. Oh, that's quite sad. A lot of knowledge must have gotten lost with them. I guess so. If you wouldn't mind, Scully, I'd love to hear more about them. Maybe we can revive some of that old knowledge. It would be my pleasure, but sadly, I cannot remember much of my research. All of those years below ground and without sunlight don't seem to have been good for my memory. It's been a few centuries since I've been alive, so I'm not even sure where one would find archives nowadays. Or the ruins, rather. Do you remember the environment surrounding them? Maybe that could help. A little, I believe. I might have even woken up close by. My early memories of the skeleton is quite hazy. During my lifetime, the archives were located deep underground. Gaia's lively blessings were juxtaposed with a hostile and lifeless mountain range. They were surrounded by nothing but rocks and boulders as sharp as talons and fangs. Even if you made it out of the mountains, you'd be greeted by another dry steppes or a poisonous lake. Oh, the liquid in that lake could singe the meat right off your bones. His mustache fell off. I knew someone that fell into the lake once. I remember it as if it were yesterday. Well, that sounds like not the best place to build an important archives stronghold. I don't necessarily agree. They say the books and scrolls of the Maiden archives contain all the mysteries of our world and the realms that surround us. Of course, you have to protect that knowledge. Would be a shame if someone... Anyways... Hex is plotting something. I think I know the place Scully's talking about. Oh? It sounds just like the Gravelmac. Sharp rocks next to a poisonous lake. Don't I have a quest line for Gravelmac? Yeah, I'll look at it later. There's no way a location like that exists twice, on this plane at least. Or else I would have heard of it. See? I wouldn't recommend going there. I bet it's exceptionally dusty after all these years. But think about all those hidden treasures. Knowledge left untouched for millennia. That sounds a little too ambitious, even for you. Fine. Your delicate wizard sensibilities wouldn't last a day in the Gravelmac anyway. Oh, and you would? Who can say? Anyway, I gotta go now. Shared enough secrets with the trade today already. Thank you for your reluctant service. Bye, Jade. What a lovely young lady. Should have made for a great archivist. And a grumpy one. I'm sure she just had a long day. As have I, honestly. I'm very tired. I'm absolutely sure of that. But you should be proud of yourself nonetheless. You seem like the kind of person to downplay your achievements. And getting your PhD really isn't something small or insignificant. It's nothing really. I spent a lot of time researching. Defending my thesis was a mere formality. Scully's and my point still stands, and I'm sure your brother would agree with us. Absolutely. You're all very kind. I really appreciate it. How about we call it a day? It's already getting late. A splendid idea, as I would expect from a witch like you. Seems fair. Hope you get to enjoy the rest of your evening, Keeper. I will. Theo practically. Oh man. Yep, I had a suspicion. I had a suspicion this was going to be happening. I think we need to connect Gravelmac. I remember we had Gravelmac here. I just have to find it. Riverbanks, Mary Morgan, the capital. I'm just trying to find. I remember there's one that says Gravelmac in it. I have to find it. That's the one. The fabled Everbloom archives are located deep within the Gravelmac, a lifeless, dangerous mountain range. So, not that one. Capital is wrapped in roots protected. Nope. In the riverbanks of Shur, a wrathful spirit. Nope. Strangers come to. Nope. Deep within the Gravelmac. Hide long lost creature treasures. Blah blah blah. Huh. Carolyn's Grand the Great Sword once belonged to grandmother. That's the one. Oops. This is the one. Raiders of the Lost Archives. The Lost Maiden Everbloom archives are said to offer infinite knowledge to anyone with unanswered questions. Its ruins lie deep within the Gravelmac, a dangerous and lifeless mountain range that even seasoned adventurers try to avoid. If that wasn't enough, the mountains are also said to be haunted by nightmarish bleak stalkers. Let's just hope they don't find abandoned archives cozy and inviting. Okay. And that, I think, is the perfect time to finish off and close off the tavern.